welcome to my channel. So we are on episode 6 of And Just Like That. In this episode, it's called Bomb Cyclone. And finally, we have an episode where Miranda grew a backbone. And it's funny because this episode was directed by Miranda herself, Cynthia Nixon. So let's get started. First, we have this conversation of Shay and Miranda. They're in bed. Shay's still all depressed because, they lost their pilot got canceled. Miranda's trying to go to sleep and Shay's doing some cameos, which I'll get to it in a moment. But Miranda gets up and says she's leaving. And then Shay says something that I forgot what it was. But Miranda says, "Don't talk to me like that. I don't deserve this." And from the get-go, I was like, "Ooh, Miranda, is that you?" So Miranda's upset that Shay's doing cameos. If you don't know Cameo, it's an app website where you can buy a celebrity basically to send a message to your brother, your sister, your mom, your friend. Can be like, "Oh, happy birthday, happy anniversary," or "good luck with the job interview." So you basically pay and a celebrity will send you a message. That's where a Cameo is. And what's her name? Shay. Shay is doing cameos in the middle of the night in bed. So Miranda's upset and she says, "I only get the worst side of you. Other people get the cheery, happy side of you." And first of all, I don't think that's fair to say to someone that's going through depression. Two, it's not the real Shay. They even say this is fake happy that I'm sending to people. Three, they made a good point that, look, I don't have a show right now. I don't want to do stand-up. So cameos are the only income that I have right now. So Miranda should have understood that a bit more. But I did not like that they were sending cameos, once again, in the middle of the night, in bed, looking all shaggy. At least go in the living room. I've seen celebrities send cameos while they're walking their dogs. They're like, "Oh, happy birthday, blah, blah," and they show the dog. That's more professional than what Shay's doing. Next fight that we have, it's Miranda and Steve. So Miranda's at home, folding their laundry. I still don't get it. This man, Steve and Brady, they're grown-ass men. They can do their own laundry. They can feed themselves. But anyway, so she's there folding the laundry and she's trying to be pleasant, to Steve. And then they start talking about, the moving situation, because Steve had promised during therapy that he will be the one looking for a place. And then he says, "Oh, no, I'm not." And then she's like, "What? But you said in therapy that you're looking for a place." Because that happened during summertime. And like I said in my last video, it's already winter time. I'm like, come on, Steve, you should have found a place by now. And then he said that he lied during therapy. He's not looking for a place. He's not leaving the house. And he says, "This is my house." And Miranda says, "Tell it to the name on the mortgage." Because, she's the one paying the mortgage, or they put the mortgage on her name. And I knew she would say something like that because she always made more money than Steve. I thought that wasn't fair because, yeah, she paid for the house, but Steve, he made a good point. He made it a home. I just didn't like the fact that he lied during therapy, saying that he will find a place. It's like, be two grown adults. Sell the house, split the money evenly, or downsize it, or get a divorce lawyer to make things easier. That's what they're there for. I know Miranda's a lawyer, but she's not a divorce lawyer, I don't think. But Harry is, Charlotte's husband. So, have Harry help them out with this messiness that they're living in. Even though I did not agree with the way Steve said things to Miranda, especially the one about not wanting Brady, that one was below the belt. I kind of understood where he was coming from because it seemed like Steve has been letting his feelings simmer and then boil until this pressure cooker exploded. They haven't really talked about their split, not even in therapy, because Miranda during therapy, she just sat there and didn't say anything. You don't go to therapy, you don't spend money in therapy to sit there quietly. So after Steve blew up, like I say, like a pressure cooker, Miranda burst into tears and she's storming out the door. And then Steve says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You just, you caught me off guard. This is not us. Please stay. Don't go in the subway crying like that. She stays, and then we see them spooning in bed. Nothing sexual. They're just, spooning. And she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much I hurt you. But then she found a condom wrapper on the nightstand next to the bed, and she flips out. I did not like the tone of Miranda when she freaked out about the condom. She had jealousy in her tone, and I was just like, man, the hypocrisy of it all. You're the one that cheated on him and went on a cross-country, life with someone else, and you're upset that you found a condom wrapper? Like, Steve, it's allowed to move on and hook up with other women. I just don't like that he brought the woman to their place, because it's still Miranda's home and she's there apparently all the time. And also Brady's there. He lives there. Their son, he's having such a hard time with them splitting up, and you're already bringing women into the house. I mean, Steve, just go to the ladies' place. By the way, having casual sex with someone does not mean that you have moved on from your partner. Trust me. I think the fight that she had with Steve was really a wake-up call for Miranda. Like, what do you want? Remember the Notebook when he's like, what do you want? What do you want? Because Steve kind of makes some good points when he said, you didn't want to move to Brooklyn. You didn't even want to marry me. And Brady, he wasn't planned. So I think this is the time that Miranda is just like, focus. What do you want? Like, this is your chance. I think Shay was there for a reason, to show Miranda that there are different types of love out there, and also that there is a life after Steve. You know what they say? People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So hopefully Shay was just there for a season. And I am excited to see Miranda out of her midlife crisis and into her single lady era, be it as a queer woman or whatever she wants to be. I actually would love to see her and Naya, their nights out, like as freshly divorcees. And I wonder if they will keep Shay around, because, Shay's like the most beloved character on the show. I hope you guys sensed my sarcasm there. But let's move on to Charlotte and Lily. So Lily announces to the whole family in the kitchen that she's decided that she's going to lose her virginity. I love the talk that Charlotte had with Lily, about being sex positive, and that make sure you get your own pleasure. Don't focus only on his pleasure. Make sure you get yours. The date that Lily decides to go over to Blake's is the day that there's like a snowpocalypse going on in New York. But she still goes. She's all bundled up, matching scarf, matching beanie, matching coat. She's all cute and dolled up. If I was Charlotte, I would be like, little girl, you better pick a different day for you to, have someone pop your cherry. No, reschedule. You're not going out during this blizzard. It's not safe. Do a little sexy FaceTime with him. Do a little sexting. I don't care. You're not going anywhere. But Lily goes. And then later on, Lily calls Charlotte saying that they don't have condoms. That they both assume that the other one would have condoms. And that's a sign that they shouldn't be having sex, because they don't communicate very well. Blake said that he didn't want to go to the pharmacy to get condoms, because then he will be recognized, and then the pharmacist will tell his parents, and Lily assumed that he would have it. But she called Charlotte saying, hey, please, can you go and pick up some condoms for us? I was just like, what? Like, during the snowstorm that's going on outside, I would be like, kid, do some hand stuff. I don't care. I'm not going out in the snow. By the way, these people are rich. Do they know what Postmates are? Lily, go get your own condoms. Have them delivered. Even though I loved that Lily called her mom and they were comfortable enough to have this type of dialogues, I still think that Charlotte needs to be more disciplinary. Disciplinary, is that a word? Needs to show more discipline to her kids. Let's talk about Lisa now, LTW. Lisa's just being stubborn now. I more than anyone, I understand not wanting to ask for help, especially from a man, and wanting to be an independent woman. I hate asking for help and favors. It's something I'm still working on. But here in this case, one, Herbert, yeah. Herbert is her husband, and he's got a fancy Tahoe with heated seats. Two, it's snowpocalypse outside. Lady, are you gonna go out there walking to your destination in your fancy clothes and your fancy shoes? Three, it's not like Herbert isn't going anywhere. He has his own event to go to, you know, for his campaign. He's already dressed. He's got a car. Her car got canceled, by the way, because of the snow. But it's not like he's at home sitting on the couch watching football in his PJs and he has to get up and she's like, please, honey, can you drive me? Please, I have to go to this event, please. No, he's already going. It's on his way. So he offered, like, taking the ride wouldn't have been such a big deal. Like, Lisa, just let him help you. But no, she's too proud. She says, I don't need a white shiny Tahoe to rescue me. The whole bit of Lisa not accepting any help from Herbert, it's getting a little old for me, you know? So I hope they have different plot lines in the future. Last but not least, we have Carrie, who also faces the snowpocalypse to go to WidowCon to try to, promote her book. And she walks in the snow with this, it's so hard to describe, but here's a picture. Huge coat. And I'm just like, first of all, how heavy is this coat? Second, how much did it cost? Because maybe she she went to Walmart and bought a king size comforter, you know, and just wrapped around herself and made it look fancy. But also, where does she keep that? It's bigger than her apartment. Maybe she still has that storage, because remember after Big died, she had a storage for all her clothes and things after she sold the penthouse. And then at the end of episode, we see her sending that email that she had drafted to send it to Aiden. So she finally sends it because she got encouragement from, you know, the WidowCon, where they say, he might be dead, but you're not. So Carrie sends the email to Aiden. And I don't know, I'm kind of like torn because I was always team Aiden. I loved him. I think he treated Carrie very, very nicely. And Carrie basically just treated him like crap. Not just once, but a couple of times. So if they get back together, because of the pictures we saw, we know that they at least kiss. I'm so torn because I liked them as a couple when there wasn't all that drama with Big. But like I said, she treated him so badly that I was like, Aiden, you deserve better. I wish we hadn't seen the pictures on the set or the streets of New York of John Corbett, who plays Aiden. I wish it was more of a surprise. And I thought that what I was looking for the most in this season was Aiden's return or Samantha's. But Samantha now we know is going to be really small, like a little cameo. But now what I'm looking for the most is actually Carrie and Seema going to spend the summer in the Hamptons, in that fancy mansion that Seema booked it. And also, why are we not getting more Seema? I don't understand. So I'm looking forward to get more of her during the, the summertime. So this was my little recap of episode 6 of And Just Like That. I would love to know, what are you looking for the most for the rest of this season? Are you looking forward to Aiden, Samantha, the Hamptons? Let me know in the comments down below. Oh, by the way, I know in my last video I said I might do book reviews on this channel. I did my first video a couple days ago on Loot, the book. It didn't do well. I didn't expect it to do well, but I really enjoyed talking about the book. If anyone wants to get this book too and follow me on the journey, I haven't started yet, but it's called The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. It says it was on the Reese's Book Club pick. If you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the little bell, the notification button so you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you next time.